Welcome back, everyone, to MSI 2021. I'm here with Doggo at the conclusion of an amazing 2-0 performance on the day. But I'm curious immediately, what you think has been the difference between previous days and today that you guys could put up such an incredible performance against two of your top competition?
成绩是2-0嘛，拿到2场比赛的胜利。所以跟之前相比的话，最大的一个不同是什么？可以让你们今天达到一个这么好的一个状态，去拿到好的成绩呢？
首先就是我们今天的状态非常好嘛，就昨天晚上也有多加了一点团练，然后今天上场就照着平常打的就没事了。
So yeah, we performed really well today, and we were all in a good form today into these games. Actually, we had several more scrims last night, and that's another factor. So if we were saying like if we play standard, play normal in a very calm mindset, then we can perform well.
Well, they were two incredibly impressive wins over RNG and Mad Lions. But I'm also very curious in your personal story, as you are here at MSI coming in as a last-minute substitution for PSG Talon. So I'm curious, as you put up one of your best performances in this game most recently with over 10 kills, how you view your role in the team and ultimately what you provide to them in this tournament.
因为其实想问一下关于你自己的个人的一个故事多一点点吗？你是在最后时刻，其实说才真正跟 PSG 一起出征到这一次的 MSI 的。那你觉得这一路走来，你觉得在团队的成功，或者说在拿到比赛胜利的这一个部分，你承担的一个责任是什么呢？
我承担的就是输出位嘛，然后就是我能提前先讲 BP， 然后让我的输出会更好一点。然后赛场上就是看我们的个人发挥。
So I'm playing a role that dealing damage definitely. So before the matchup, we will have a conversation around the pick and ban phase. So as long as we can have a very formal, like a very normal play in our champions, that we think that we can play well.
Well, it looks like you have slotted into the team without any issue. Now, finally, I spoke to River earlier today after the RNG win, and I asked him how far he believed the team could go in the tournament as compared to what he thought before the tournament. And he said, whereas before the tournament, maybe as far as semifinals, now he believes with the way the team is playing that you can make it all the way to the finals. So I want to ask the same question to you. What do you believe is the goal and expectation now for PSG Talon at MSI?
因为之前他跟 River 是有聊过嘛，就是可能说在比起来到 MSI 之前，他会觉得说可能目标就是4强这样子，但是综合现在的表现来看，他觉得现在队伍可以直接打进到决赛。那对于你来说，你的这样的目标是什么呢？
前几天我也是说4强，然后就今天这个表现，希望能进到决赛吧，就还是希望而已。
Several days ago, we were basically the same goal as River. I thought that it would be semis for us. It would be the goal, but you know, based on the performance in the several days, I think that maybe we can hopefully we can get into the finals, which is my hope.
Well, you keep playing like you are playing right now, and we very might well see PSG Talon in the finals. Doggo, again, congratulations on an incredible 2-0 day. Thank you so much for taking the time from here. We're heading back to Quickshot for MSI Cooldown.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the State Farm Analyst Desk. I was warned by our production team that we would see some celebrations, we would see some win moments. I was told it was going to sting, and it hurts even more watching it. Caedrel and Raz, welcome back for the last time today. What a journey. PSG Talon come into the tournament with a substitute, get smacked by Mad Lions 0-3, only to stand up on the 3rd day of the Rumble stage and say, yeah, we'll just take down RNG and get revenge on the Mad Lions. Caedrel, I mean, what a day.
Clinical game against RNG, I must say, and then taking down Mad Lions, the level 1 from there onwards, it was just kind of over for them. Elioya was basically out of the game. I think it was just a really one-sided game.
I mean, this is the drive to victory right here. This decision.
This is the drive to victory, and the second River gets this lead, it's just over for me. I think today, the most exciting thing was PSG just making the upsets happen.
Yeah, like overall, early game preparation was something that you could tell was the main. You're right. After that, shenanigans that happened in level 1, it's just straight pain for Rumble to be clearing topside, not being able to go overheating. And then the earlier skirmishes that PSG had versus RNG, it just goes back to what they prepared for on the day, and it's only going to get better in the theoretical best of 5s that come forward.
Raz, I'm not actually sure if you heard your little audio glitch. It was quite cool. We'll have to ask Dracos and Vedius if maybe there's another candidate for rap battle. Let's turn our attention again to this fact that they beat RNG. We did not have a huge amount of time to actually celebrate it during the course of the show. Obviously, we want to move on to the next games. So I want to take a look just back to some of the highlights. I think the word that you just used was clinical there, Caedrel. For me, I think there was no fear, there was no hesitation, and every single hook that Kaiwing threw out in the early game found a target.
Oh yeah, definitely did, and it started in the bot side of the map, right? 2 for 1 on the bot side of the map, and from there, it was never really a game where you thought like, RNG have the driver's seat, PSG have the driver's seat. It was never a back and forth game. It was just PSG, constant gold lead, constantly on the plays. You can see River level up onto Wei, and constant numbers advantages. Hanabi coming in, clutching it again on the Lee Sin. The kicks were fantastic. Really well played mechanically from the side of PSG, and just really good team cohesion on the engages. Kaiwing, Hanabi, everyone's just kind of stepping up.
Yeah, and in both these games, by the way, just to make it very clear, and it's going to be, worth having the conversation about Rumble, because in both games, Rumble's weakness was really challenged. Early skirmishes that Rumble could not take versus that enemy composition in the RNG game, he was forced into that. The Raptors fight for sure comes to my mind in that specific game. And then the level 1, when it came down to them versus, Mad Lions, I think the preparation that they had, allowing Rumble to go through, playing into it, I thought it was very clear and admirable versus for PSG.
Yeah, and the preparation is something that maybe you would wonder if other teams are going to do something similar. Not to criticize other teams in general, but this is a best of 1 double round robin, right? Any win matters. If you have any level 1...
Lions are normally good at this
Exactly,
stuff.
and you even saw Pentanet doing lane swaps. You saw them pick crazy champions. You've got now PSG with the level 1 invades into the Rumble. I think maybe teams might start to wake up and do more creative things than level 1s.
I certainly hope so. Okay, production, hold the standings up on screen for me, because I have something I haven't prepped with anyone yet. If we look at the standings as you see right now, Mad Lions 3-3, Cloud9 1-5. There are 2 days worth of games left, 12 matches remaining. And there is a very real possibility that when we come to the very last game, on the very last day of Rumble, that Mad Lions could be
I don't want to hear this question.
At 4 wins and 5 losses, and that we could be seeing Cloud9 at 3 wins and 6 losses, meaning that there could be a possibility that if
you see what you're doing there?
If Cloud9 beats Mad Lions in the very last game, there could be a tiebreaker for one of them to advance in the 4th spot. Alternatively, if Mad Lions are able to pick up a win. Now, there's a number of games, a number of permeations, but what it could boil down to is, I believe, RNG, Damwon Kia, PSG Talon, your 1, 2, and 3, they're getting out. And after seeing how the teams are performing today and the last couple of days, I think it's down to NA or EU for the 4th and final spot.
It's crazy how things change in just 1 day of games, right? First of all, the start of the day, we're saying Mad Lions are the clear top 3. Now, we're worried for them against Cloud9, and I think that if you look at it, 2 days left, it's 4 games, right? 4 games that each of these teams will play.
Yes.
And then if you look at the scores, Mad Lions are already 2 wins above Cloud9. Both teams have to face Pentanet still as well.
Yes.
So they'll remain 2 games ahead, expected, right? So if PSG beat Cloud9, then I think it's already over before the tiebreaker comes into play. So C9, to feel comfortable, they're going to have to take down a team like RNG.
Face. Look at that face.
I don't like what you're doing there. You know exactly what you're doing. Hope is a dangerous, thing to be using over us, all right?
Don't call it out. I'm trying to hype up.
We got to give the C9 fans some hopium.
Dangle the carrot.
Our heart was already
dude.
squashed. You want to do that 2 times in 1 tournament?
The one thing I will call out, though, is I don't want to jump on the fact that I just saw 2 challenging games or 2 impressive games from PSG, but I think when I looked at Mad Lions, how they played yesterday with the draft, that was supposedly superior, that we were calling out Orange as bad, and it didn't falter. Today, you see the draft earlier at the beginning of it together. You see the fact that the level 1 went so badly for a team that is famous for its prep, for its scouting, for its early games. That's why I get more concerned for Mad. It's 3 games worth of data that make me start clenching more than I was.
This MSI has it all, doesn't it, Trev? It has like the battle for the 4th place, the scuttle crab memes, flipping the games every now and then, the draft diffs, the level 1s. It's great.
Tell me that at the beginning of the day, looking at Pentanet versus Cloud9, 2 teams that were 0-4 in the Rumble stage. That was one of the most exciting 0-4 games to start, right? Cloud9 managed to pick it up. Yeah. Anyways, we've got 2 days left. Damwon Kia are now tied with RNG in 1st place. Earlier today, Dash caught up with Ghost.
I'm here with Ghost at the conclusion of a 2-0 day here in the Rumble stage. Ghost, Damwon Kia looking stronger and stronger as the days go on, now sitting at a 5-1 record. I'm curious, though, as a defending world champion, how you compare the strength of the team now in the midst of the MSI tournament to that day when you won the world title.
네, 오늘 깔끔한 2대0으로 마무리 정말 축하드리고요. 이제 5승 1패로 1라운드에서 계속 진행이 되고 있습니다. 점점 갈수록 좀 경기력에 불이 붙는 것 같은데 지금 담원의 경기력과 작년에 월주 우승 당시의 담원 경기력이나 뭐 약간 얼마나 더 센지 어떤 식으로 비교가 될 수 있을까요?
솔직히 말해서 다른 라인들은 계속 잘해주고 있는데 지금 좀 바텀 라인에서 실수가 많이 나오고 있는 것 같아서 바텀 라인만 잘해진다면은 작년 그때 이제 폼을 되찾을 수 있을 것 같습니다.
I believe other laners have been performing really well, but I think we are having a lot of accidents and mistakes down on the bottom lane. So as long as we can kind of improve our form, I'm pretty sure we can come back to the form when we won Worlds.
Well, already looking very strong. I look forward to further improvement to see how strong you can become. Now, as we make that comparison between the team you were at the World Finals to the team you are now, there were two major changes in the offseason, the first of which was Khan coming in at the top lane, but also Koma as the head coach. And so I'm curious for yourself as a player, what you feel Koma specifically brings to the team in that coaching position.
네, 이제 또 작년 월드 결승과 비교하자면 가장 큰 변화가 두 가지가 있었잖아요. 칸 선수가 탑으로 오게 됐고 또 이제 꼬마 감독님이 감독님으로 오시게 됐는데 꼬마 감독님에 대해서 좀 여쭤보고 싶어요. 꼬마 감독님이 오면서 팀적으로 어떤 변화를 좀 가져오셨나요?
워낙 이제 경험이 풍부하시고 또 커리어가 좋으신 분이라서 뭐 그냥 잘 따라가면 되겠다라는 생각을 했었고 뭐 엄청 되게 꼼꼼하게 그렇게 게임을 봐주시려고 하시는 것 같습니다.
So I mean, he's one of the most, if not the most, decorated, coaches here. So I was pretty sure I can just follow him. I can just follow his lead. So and also, when it comes to like feedbacks, he's really detailed.
Oh, that's very interesting, a little bit of insight. And I think most people, most League of Legends players around the world revel at the opportunity to be coached by such a prolific coach up there in Koma. Final question for you is, looking ahead in the tournament, I think the rematch that people are most excited for across the world is that rematch between you guys and RNG coming up. As you did take the defeat the last time around, I'm curious what you think needs to change and if you have what it takes to make sure you take the game this time around and maybe get the first seed coming out of the Rumble stage.
네, 이제 다가오는 일정들을 보면 아무래도 가장 많은 분들이 기대하고 있는 경기가 바로 담원 기아와 RNG의 리매치일 것 같은데요. 지난번이랑 비교했을 때 좀 어떤 점을 보완해야 승리를 가져올 수 있을 것 같은지 지난번에 대한 피드백은 좀 어땠는지 궁금합니다.
이제 지난번에 이제 초반에 조금 승기를 잡은 부분이 좀 있었는데 그걸 계속 이제 살려나가지 못한 게 가장 아쉬웠고 그 점을 보완해서 다시 상대한다면은 충분히 이길 수 있을 거라 생각하고 있습니다.
So even though we had a lead in the early game, it was a bummer that we were not able to snowball off of it. So if we manage to, clear up those issues, I'm pretty sure we can secure a win this time around.
Well, again, very much looking forward to that rematch. Ghost, I want to congratulate you on a very strong 2-0 performance today, and thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. That was such a lovely interview. And also, Ghost is definitely one of the stronger performers sitting on the side of Damwon. I particularly like the discussions around Koma, of course, joining the roster of Damwon and the impact that he has. I actually miss seeing Koma and Costa Jun at international events. So I'm sad we're not on the ground. Let's take a look at the games we have tomorrow. It is the penultimate day of the Rumble stage. And as we were saying a little bit earlier, of course, Cloud9 and Mad Lions, you see them both taking on Pentanet, and they need to win those games. They need to close it out.
The two biggest games you're looking at tomorrow are the second and the third game. If Mad Lions pick up a win against Damwon, that helps them against C9. If C9 pick up a win against RNG, that helps them get Mad Lions. If both of them lose, nothing changes. If both of them win, nothing changes. But if one of them gets a win and one of them loses, that could be horrific for the
So
other.
that's, of course, step one. And, of course, then there's a mandatory wins. You cannot drop the games to the
Yeah.
likes of PGG or
And
PSG if you're playing them.
The funny thing is PGG is going to come out swimming. They're going to try the craziest of strats to get a win, I'm sure.
And that means in one of the most pivotal, most important games, you cannot throw to a surprise pick. That's the team that's just going to go ham. Raz. Closing thoughts.
All of the above. It sounds very typical for like you get in the moment, like the final day, you beat RNG and then you lose to Pentanet. Like I'm just saying, everything's on the table. Definitely treat every game as seriously as possible. I want to see the first game of the day, PSG versus RNG, especially what we saw today. I'm I'm frothing at the mouth of the fact that we get to see that so quickly.
It is interesting because, of course, that was the last game, one of the last games to close out the round robin, and now we'll be opening up the second round robin. Thank you very much, Carl Razrod. Right, meow, it's time for us to close.
Did you just say right, meow?
To see you tomorrow on
done here.
MSI.
I can't believe I just heard that.
Goodbye, everybody. See you then. Where were you when the West rose up? SK Telecom continue